Hello, everybody, and welcome to a conversation with artist Jaimie Brunet, who looks very artistic right now with her hat on. Hi, Jaimie.
Hello.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come into your world and do this fun Zoom. We are hoping that these interviews and conversations get people excited and interested in the Evanston art scene. So exciting news. I just told Jaimie that the piece that she's exhibiting in the group show sold. So that's so exciting. People are buying art. People are collecting Evanston art.
That's so wonderful.
Despite that, tell us about the piece, how you made it, what it's of.
It's an encaustic piece, which is using melted colored wax, and you heat it up in little tins on a griddle, basically a pancake griddle, and then you dip your brush in and you apply it, and you have to work fast sometimes because it hardens the minute you take the brush, starts to harden the minute you take the brush out of the little pot. And then you have to fuse it with either a blowtorch or with a heat gun so that it adheres one layer to the other. And it was a little piece I was working on that I wanted this kind of dreamy sunrise, sunset, pinky, very diffuse landscape. And then later on, I added gold leaf to it, actually. I was playing around with gold leaf for my other project, and I thought, that's what that needs. I hadn't really finished it. And it's funny how you can go back and look at something and go, oh, something else. And then I felt like, okay, that's done now. That's done.
How has we've been talking a lot with artists about that exact thing. Right now, they are picking up old projects or looking at things twice. Many other artists are like, I'm not making right now because this time is just all the things. So what has changed about your practice, about your lifestyle since the shelter in?
Sorry about my dog. Mainly that I'm not doing anything right now artistically. I'm setting my creative sights onto different things like gardening, but I just haven't felt the impetus to go in there. And I know that's okay because I just came off a 2-year period of working pretty intensely. And I've just been taking this time for a lot of self-reflection and letting my body just feel all the feels as we go through these different things that are happening: politics, racial justice, COVID, and inner journeys.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And doggies. And doggies. The last interview with Marjorie Davidson also had a dog, which I think is wonderful. I think that's great. It shows that these are real. Talk to me a little bit about your journey into becoming an artist and when you use that title, artist.
Oh, I probably didn't use it before 4 years ago. I was afraid to. It didn't feel like I was. Stop.
A dog is busted. Oh. It doesn't want to be in the interview. It wants to leave the interview. I think the dog is trying to get in.
My husband's in the other room working, so I was trying to keep the dogs in here. So we'll see how this goes. I'm ensconced in the bedroom.
You started calling yourself an artist, you said 4 years ago?
Probably. And it felt weird to say it to people, and I had to practice. I had to, it felt like I was faking it. And then I realized I'm not faking it, but it somehow didn't feel authentic, or I wasn't allowed, and then I thought, that's not right. I can use that word. It's okay. And, but I've been doing art for as long as I can remember, because I grew up with a mother who's an oil painter. So I thought, that's what every mother did.
That's what everyone does. They just paint.
Yeah. That's what everybody does in their house. So from a young age, I was, working with her, and you go through those periods where you love working with your mom and it's fun. And then you get to be a teenager and it's like, don't touch my stuff. And I don't want you to show me anything because somehow that's, uh, again, cheating or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting to be in my 20s and going, oh, it's okay for her to help me. That's like what a teacher does. And she was an art teacher as well as an artist. So that's where I picked up all this creative endeavors from. And I've done everything from painting to making cards and weaving and mixed media. And my encaustic is almost always mixed media too. It's got other elements in there like the gold leaf,
Mm-hmm.
pan pastel powders and oil sticks and oil paint, just depending on what I'm wanting to create.
And where is it that you're finding, or who and what do you find inspiration from when you're approaching new projects or the canvas?
Well, the other artists in Evanston, I find that being in that community helps push me because I see people creating and I go, I need to create. And it's not competitive because I don't think I've met anybody with any kind of ego in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's just so nice and welcoming and encouraging. And so I see them doing things and I get on that bandwagon. It's like, oh, I'm going to do something too. And it's been wonderful.
Excellent. For the first time I met you, you were hosting during the studio tour. You have a quite spectacular miniature little detached studio, and just going in there and seeing, because Jaimie works in small, sometimes all sizes, but oftentimes small, and the walls of your studio were just littered with work, and it's just so inspiring to see how prolific, like you said, you're coming off of this like 2 year. There are moments, yeah, when the prolific, yeah. So I'm really grateful for you always being a part of the community and being so enthusiastic, and for participating in the show today.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for putting this all together in this way in a time when we can't really, be all together in, person with each other. Doing a virtual show, like who knew those two words would ever come together?
No. And a virtual introduction of all the artists via Zoom. It's just so strange. So thank you again for participating, Jaimie.
Thank you.